Won't you take me home? Get me with your vibe. Get me with your vibe. We can run away.
Of all the personality types, ESFP performers can most naturally perform for others. But the show doesn't end with the applause. All the world is their show and themselves the star. These gregarious and animated people drink in the limelight with playful ease. But such thirst for attention doesn't make other people simply a passive audience to them. They encourage participation. ESFPs strive to use their own passion to stimulate lightheartedness and festivity in others. Anyone harboring worry should lighten up and get caught up in the moment as well. And spreading humor and excitement no matter where their heart leads comes as second nature. Quips, wit, jokes, and energetic stories liven up their conversations. Anything goes. Everything is fair game for jokes. If talk turns to serious or critical conversations, they will listen patiently without making waves, then either shift back to happier tones or skip over to say hello to another in hopes of a lighter topic elsewhere. These playmates feel uncomfortable on the rare occasions they find themselves without company, and they will seek out companions to usher out the loneliness. Even small friend gatherings will feel like a party in their presence. ESFPs are often kind, affectionate, and optimistic. The sun of positivity draws them forth, away from the shadows cast by problems, concerns, and consequences. In light of this, it may come as no surprise that ESFPs have the lowest tolerance for anxiety of all the personalities. With such optimism, they rarely face anxious thoughts unless absolutely necessary. But no other virtue outshines their generosity. In their eyes, life is an overflowing cup freely granted, so what's theirs is yours. And as the spring of life's joy arrived without cost, no need to repay, it's their pleasure to give. Such a communal outlook leads them to prioritize giving to others over saving for the future. Nothing stimulates performers like living in the fast lane. Variety in the latest fashions, social scenes, media, and cuisines colors life. Pleasure is its own end, and the promise of a good time is nearly irresistible. But as you may have guessed, this healthy pleasure in life can grow to an unhealthy extent. Spontaneity can become impulsivity, and generosity can become self-indulgence. ESFPs are most likely to give in to temptations, almost becoming slaves to them if left unchecked. Since they think little of long-term costs, resulting problems are either just experience or someone else's fault. Reckless behavior can earn them reputations for fickleness and dissipation. Performers thrive in performing arts and athletics, but those are far from their only optimal occupation choices. People enjoy their disarming affability, so sales associates for material goods, real estate agents, social workers, and teachers, especially for elementary school, also make ideal jobs. Since performers have the keenest eye for aesthetic of any personality, they can effortlessly produce alluring home decor and fashion designs. In romance, ESFPs wear their hearts on their sleeves. Each relationship feels fresh and exciting, always as if the first one. Free emotional expression makes for fiery romance. A happy home is one filled with family, friends, and even acquaintances having fun, with the performer at the center of all the activity. Anyone marrying an ESFP must be prepared to accept untamed impulsivity wholesale. It's ideal romance with sides of maxed out credit cards, luxuries in place of necessities, luck in lieu of planning, and minimal attention to family problems and complaints.
How we're gonna make ends meet this month.
There are just too many. Much better. With children as well, they are more playmate than parent, often behaving like a warm, friendly, and indulgent best friend.
Daddy! Mommy broke your lamp!
Don't be a tattletale, Sylvia. In childhood, these are your stereotypical class clowns. Scholastic schedules and seat work are boring, and their grades leave plenty to be desired. Artistic classes and clubs, like art, sports, drama, music, and so on, provide the best place to shine. Even in the main classroom, laid-back teachers may find their good-humored antics amusing, and classmates often admire their pluck and wit. ESFPs need space to be themselves. Show support and enthusiasm for their ideas, as they will often do the same for yours. If an idea they have is actually ill-advised, energetically offer an alternative instead of simply saying no. Sincerely compliment them whenever possible. Everyone could use a good compliment, and none more than the performer. When trying to motivate or persuade a performer, include tangible items that engage their senses, like perks, visuals, prototypes, samples, recordings, or whatever suits the situation. They like to see people happy and carefree. If you need to present a problem, emphasize how it will affect others' lifestyles and emotions. The human level is more convincing than hard logic and analysis to them. Though normally laid back, performers can become upset should someone insult their deeply held values. When addressing disagreement, do so in a polite, good-humored manner. Restricting routines and overseers can smother their creative nature. If you have control over their work environment, offer them as much freedom as reasonably possible to set their own schedules and follow their own methods. Another great idea, if you have say in their work situation, is to assign them work around and among people. They loathe solitude, which they find demoralizing. Working in groups, especially in creative work, will bring out their best. Avoid being too serious around them or trying to force them to be. Even if you are generally serious, a good chuckle or smile never hurt anyone. Their fun-loving nature may lead them to joke even at awkward times. If possible, let them enjoy some respectful humor. And if it's simply not appropriate, gently remind them beforehand to please refrain from jest. Thanks for watching! Now send some love to the ESFPs in your life and remember to live nothing less than your best.